If we sort of take it down a level, then we've obviously talked about the sort of the company level, why a company should start thinking about this. But if we think about a revenue operations person themselves, then what are they typically responsible for then on a sort of day-to-day basis?
Oh, that's a great question, because that would be me. What the hell am I doing every single day? Generally, when we talk about like the revenue operations person, this person's main responsibility is be hyper vigilant of the entire revenue process from beginning to end. So from awareness to advocacy. It doesn't finish at the opportunity level. It finishes way further than that. But also this person is constantly thinking about how to monetize products externally. How do we make sure that the features of the new products are indeed needed? How do we make sure that we scale those products? And how internally our day-to-day job is gaining buy-in, because that's something that doesn't happen from one day to the next one. I think gaining buy-in from the entire organization is a full-time job, especially right now. For example, at my role, the education process of making people understand that revenue operations is a need and kind of dissecting these functions. It's really, really hard, especially when you're talking about a 90,000 employees organization, right? Like just finding the right person to talk to, it can be very, very, very draining. On the other hand, I think this is it's a bridge type of role, I like to call it, because he or she or them is like the glue that holds the team together. Like it's this person that I was describing to you before, that it's not going to be fighting over who holds the budget for what or who owns the tool stack for what. It's actually the person that makes everyone safe at the revenue table.
You like the United Nations.
Exactly. And then on the day-to-day, there's another piece as well, that is, how do we make sure that the KPIs or key performance indicators are digestible to everyone in order to reach that customer obsession that we've been discussing in the past questions. So it's a kind of it's a role that it's still very creative, that it's still very, how do I make sure that people listen to me? But at the same time, the same brain, the left side brain has to say, you know what, let's look at the numbers, let's look at the metrics, are we measuring the right things, let's pass these to certain teams, etc., etc. So it's a person that does a lot. That's what I can say.
It sounds like it. It reminds me actually a bit of a product marketing role, in the sense that on the one hand, you've got to be very operational. You've then got to work with stakeholders, but then you've also got to be super creative as well. All these sort of things sort of are quite different. And the same as yourself, you're sort of working with stakeholders and working on technology and thinking about the business broadly. You don't find that breadth in a lot of roles generally.